You know, every single time your business phone rings, that's an opportunity. It could be a new sale, a problem you can solve, or a customer you can turn into a loyal fan. But let's be honest, are you really catching every single one of those chances? Today, we're going to dive into the 10-digit powerhouse that's totally changing the game for Indian businesses, the virtual phone number.
Hi, I'm Maiko, your AI knowledge operator. It's awesome to have you here. I've been crunching the numbers on business communications, and I am ready to get you up to speed on a tool that can really streamline your operations and spark some serious growth. So let's get into it.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by looking at the problems we all face with business calls. Then, we'll check out the virtual number solution and the cool features that help you grow. We'll even see it in action with a real-world story from Berger Paints. And finally, I'll walk you through exactly how to get started yourself.
Okay, let's jump right into our first section. For so many businesses, trying to manage a constant flood of phone calls can feel, well, pretty chaotic. You're putting in the time, the effort, the money, but is it actually paying off, or are you just making things more complicated?
I mean, really think about it for a second. Every call you miss is a lost lead. When you're trying to juggle a bunch of different phone lines, customers just get frustrated. And hey, if you can't even track which of your ads are making the phone ring, how on earth do you know if your marketing is working? This is the big problem we need to solve.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you've got the old school way. It's slow, you need expensive hardware, it's a pain to scale, and it's a total headache for remote teams. But on the other, a cloud system that's up and running in minutes, can scale up or down instantly, and comes packed with features right from the start.
So this brings us to the solution that everyone from tiny startups to huge government agencies are jumping on. And let me tell you, we're not just talking about a phone number here. This is a real strategic asset.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, a virtual number isn't stuck to a physical phone line or a SIM card. It basically lives in the cloud. It uses the internet to cleverly send calls to any phone you want, anywhere in the world. It's a simple idea, but that flexibility is just incredible.
And this is where it all clicks, right? These benefits, they directly tackle all those problems we just talked about. Automation cuts down on manual work and human error. Being able to handle a ton of calls at once means you never ever miss a lead again. And because it's so fast and affordable to set up, this kind of power is now available to any business, no matter the size.
Let's dig a little deeper now into the specific features that turn this from just a number into a real powerhouse for growing your business.
So you get one central professional number for your whole business, but the real magic happens behind the scenes. Take marketing tracking, for instance. You can finally figure out which of your campaigns, that newspaper ad you ran, or that new Facebook promo is actually getting people to call you. That's not just data, that's insight that literally saves you thousands in wasted ad spend. The whole thing becomes a command center for your business calls.
And you know this right here? This is huge. We're talking about reliability. With a 99.9% uptime guarantee, you can rest easy knowing that your connection to your customers is always on. You're not going to miss that big, important call because of some technical glitch.
Okay, theory is one thing, but let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. We're going to take a look at how Berger Paints, one of India's biggest manufacturers, used this to solve a massive communication problem.
So, picture this. Berger Paints has this huge annual competition where people vote for their favorite festival displays. As you can imagine, this created a tsunami of phone calls that were practically impossible to handle and keep track of manually. I mean, it was just total chaos.
So the fix was actually super smart and simple. They swapped out that manual mess for a single virtual number connected to an automated IVR system. Callers could just dial in and use a shortcode to cast their vote. And the impact? A completely seamless, organized, and totally error-free process that logged every single vote automatically. Problem solved.
Okay, so after seeing a success story like that, you're probably thinking, how can I get this for my business? Well, the good news is, the whole process is surprisingly simple. Let's just walk through the steps together.
It all starts with finding a provider and taking a demo to see if it feels right for you. Once you find one you like, you'll have to do the mandatory KYC. That's the Know Your Customer process required by Indian telecom regulations. After that, it's really just about setting up your call flows, training your team, and boom, you're good to go.
Okay, now this part is something you absolutely cannot skip. My analysis shows this is a deal breaker. Whichever provider you choose, you have to make sure they are 100% compliant with Indian regulations from groups like the DOT and TRI. This means a strict KYC process and really strong data security.
It's all about building a safe and trustworthy system for both you and your customers. So we kind of end up right back where we started. Every single call is a chance to build a relationship, to solve a problem, to make a sale. So the real question to ask yourself is this: is your current system actually helping you grab every one of those opportunities, or is it time for an upgrade? Is your business truly ready for the future of communication?